You build me a black building blocks just so you can bring me down. You try to explain, but before you can start, those crybaby tears come out of the dark.
I wish I found some better sounds no one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice to sing some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sing. Don't make any sense. You don't know the half of you.
I'm not a little kid now.
We can turn back time
Big now.
to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out.
But are you smarter than me now? You're the prince of the playground, little alphabet boy.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow. We're stressed out, wait for them to ask you who you know.
You're all on your own and you lost all your friends. You told yourself that it's not you, it's them.
We don't deal with outsiders very well. They say newcomers have a certain smell. Yeah, trust issues not to mention. They say they can smell your intentions. Sometimes a certain smell will take me back to when I was young. How come I'm never able to identify where it's coming from? I'd make a candle out of it if I ever found it. Try to sell it, never sell out of it. I probably only sell
I'm not
one.
a little kid now. Watch me get big now. Spell my name on the fridge now. With all your alphabet.
But now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know.
Cry, baby, will you just let this child? Cry, baby, will you just let this child? Alphabet boy, oh alphabet boy, alphabet boy.
We used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we'd fly it far away. Used to dream about space, but now they're laughing at my face, saying, wake up, you need to make money.
I'm not a little kid now.
Wish we could turn back time
Big now.
to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out.
Baby, cry, baby, 'cause I don't even get tears fall to the ground. I just let them drown.
Hello everybody and welcome to Citrus Quest. I know I haven't changed any of the the title stuff or any of that, but we're running, so yeah, so that's basically what I've got so far. I would like, of course, to welcome our co-host, the lovely Miss Steam.
Hi.
I realize there's going to be some background noise. I apologize for that. There's literally nothing I can fucking do about it. So, I guess take solace in the fact that I'm doing my best. How are you today, Miss Steam?
I don't hear the background noise at all. Yeah, I don't hear the background noise at all, so...
Oh, that's a plus. How are you today, Miss Steam?
I've been working on things all day. I'm working on content. It's just been sat there.
It's just been mainly nothing really all that big going on, at least not lately. Or just being disheartened.
I've just been doing collaborations, but the collaborations are taking forever because... So...
Well,
and of course, bloody blah blah dictatorship and blah blah.
Oh yeah, of course. I've been doing the SCP videos, as people have been noticing. We're getting through the basic starter necessary stuff to actually start getting into the documents. We haven't gotten into them yet, but we are going to be starting here Friday with actually going through some of the articles. It's just, you know, getting people in and getting it recorded and getting it posted does tend to take some time. But I'm sure we will have something new for you guys tomorrow as well, along with all that stuff. But today we've got some articles that, well, they're at least mildly unbelievable. I would be remiss if I didn't start with the Skrillex one. Okay, I feel I would be making I would be making a mistake if I didn't start with Skrillex. Do you want to read this one, or do you want me to?
I think you should read it.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, you have a hatred for Skrillex. I don't. I am indifferent from it. So
I'm not a fan of people smacking a garbage can and calling it music. I'm sorry. I don't like hip hop either.
I'm indifferent. But mostly because I grew up with Skrillex. So meh.
Oh God, I feel sorry for you.
You know my background.
I do. You're not wrong. All right, so here's the article's headline. Skrillex dubstep could protect against mosquitoes. Skrillex released Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites in 2010 when it peaked at number 77 in the UK's streaming chart. A study found a track by Skrillex, the electronic artist known for dubstep music, could be an effective way to protect against mosquitoes. Insect and disease scientists from around the world played the electronic music to a yellow fever mosquitoes, Aedes aegypti, to investigate the effects. The team said the sound and its reception are crucial for reproduction, survival, and population maintenance of many animals. In insects, low-frequency vibrations facilitate sexual interactions, whereas noise disrupts the perception of signals from conspecifics, members of the same species, and hosts. Scary Monsters and Nice Bites by Skrillex has a mixture of very high and very low frequencies, and was chosen to see whether or not electronic music would be an effective method of repelling the insects. Female adult mosquitoes that were entertained by the song attacked their hosts later, and less often than those that were not exposed to the dubstep, the study found. The occurrence of blood-feeding activity was lower when the music was being played, the team said. Another result was that the insects which heard the track copulated far less often than those not listening to it. Scientists said that the observation that such music can delay host attack, reduces blood feeding, and disrupt mating provides new avenues for the development of music-based personal protective and control measures against Aedes-borne diseases. The yellow fever mosquito is commonly found in more tropical areas of the world and can be identified by the white markings on its legs. The insects are known for spreading potentially life-threatening diseases such as Zika virus, dengue fever, and yellow fever. Skrillex, real name Sonny John Moore, released Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites in 2010, with the track peaking at number 77 on UK's streaming chart.
Skrillex might have saved us from yellow fever.
I think it's...
How do you feel about that?
I think it's more interesting that apparently Skrillex music, it doesn't matter who you are or what species you are, it's going to get you laid less. So just so you know, ladies and gentlemen who happen to be listening in today, don't listen to Skrillex music because it's going to mean you're not going to be able to get laid. Who knew?
Skrillex has saved us from yellow fever, I think.
Skrillex has saved us from booty. Jesus. As is always, I should do at the beginning of every show, but I always forget. They do have links in the description to the various Streamlabs artists and people we're supporting in the description. So if you decide that you do want to donate, feel free. If you let me know, then we will cover whatever kind of topic you're looking for. Hello to the chat. I can't have it pulled up.
Hello, Flying Falcon.
Yeah, like I can't have the chat pulled up. If it shows up on the OBS, then I can see it and respond. But if I miss it, I'm sorry. I'm very tired, so I'm not like.
It's fine.
It's like the 4th time I've smacked the mic. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'm reading the live chat anyway, so.
That does help. Okay, so do we want to move to something funnier or far more depressing?
Let's go with depressing and then we'll go to funny.
Fair enough. Germany closes Muslim kindergarten over Islamist links. The Youth Welfare Office for the German state of Rhineland-Palatinate has revoked the operating license of a Muslim kindergarten. The day nursery was accused of promoting Salafist ideology. Officials in the city of Mainz on Monday withdrew the license for the only Muslim kindergarten in the state of Rhine-Palatinate amid allegations that the...
It was, Now I've lost the line.
Palatinate. Palestine. Amid allegations that the facility was promoting Salafism. The president of the state's youth office, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that, said the promotion of Salafist materials meant that the nursery no longer adhered to the German constitution. Officials had a duty to intervene, Guy said, when an operator was unwilling or unable to create the conditions that assure the well-being of the children. Arab Nilreen chairman Sami El Hagrid rejected the accusations of extremism and said he would be appealing. We accept and respect the Constitution, said Hagrid, adding to the discussion was incomprehensible and a mystery. Alarm bells were first sounded in 2012 when a controversial preacher began attending events for the... I'm just going to skip the words and say redacted because screw this, I don't speak Taliban. Preacher began attending events for Redacted Mosque Association, which is responsible for the Redacted Day Nursery. Further information only came to light in the autumn last year when the revelation that inappropriate literature had been shared at the kindergarten and that the center had worked with an infamous figure within the ultra-conservative Salafist movement. Children at the kindergarten are all due to switch to the other day care centers by March 31st, with preparations already being made by the city. A grace period was possible because there was no evidence of acute danger to life and limb of the children, officials said. At present, there are 18 children at the kindergarten between the ages of 3 and 6. Jesus. I assume I should know what the Salafist movement is, but it just looks like salad fisting.
This movement, I also don't be... I think the Salafist movement is a terrorist or a very violent terrorist organization. The terrorist organization.
Okay, so it's one of those like terrorism peoples.
Or UK terrorists.
UK terrorists.
I mean, when terrorists.
You're cutting out really bad. It's hard to understand you.
Am I okay now? Am I okay now?
Kinda, sorta. You're cutting out pretty bad.
1 moment.
Okay. At the moment we're just gonna run with it, but you are still cutting out a little bit, but not as bad as you were.
Okay. Saying it's a terrorist movement, but it's a bit more subtle with its than. But
Okay. Oh my god. Alright. Alright, the next one is Medusa Dragon Lady Transgender. That is the link. That is the link. I don't understand this, but okay. This is from broadly.vice.com.
Yeah, what's funny about that is I read that with our actor on his channel, and we couldn't stop laughing at the snakes.
Ah. Okay, so the trans woman who became a dragon. Okay, we're apparently gonna have to go down this road. I first learned about Tiamat the Medusa 2 years ago after seeing a sensational feature on her in an online tabloid. Her appeal is self-evident. Tiamat has undergone extreme body modification to become a fucking dragon! Her ears, nostrils have been removed, her eyes are stained green, and she is covered in implanted horns and tattooed scales. Tiamat no longer looks human. I thought she was beautiful, and when I learned that she is also a transgender woman, I began to think about her modifications in relation to identity and hoped that one day we would meet. Finally, this past spring, I flew to Houston. Every profile and short video that I had seen about Tiamat was superficial and failed to treat her as anything more than a fascinating freak. I wonder why. I intended to do something different, to tell her story with sensitivity, and to create a portrait of Tiamat as she wanted to be seen. Clearly, she wants to be seen as a fucking dragon. It was easy to think that Tiamat was merely a body modification extremist or addict. It was also naive. Not really. Maybe it should seem obvious, but I was taken aback by the significant inherent to every procedure she has ever undergone. Her scales, the tattoos that cover her face and body, are molded after the western diamondback rattlesnake. Tiamat was abandoned in the desert when she was a child. Western diamondback rattlesnake, shifting in the sands around her, became a symbolic parental figure to her? Clearly she didn't get any hugs. Tiamat has endured discrimination, abuse, and sexual violence. Really?
Well, okay, so later on it turned out that her being raised by snakes was a complete and utter fucking lie.
No, you don't say.
But we just absolutely lost it when we fucking read that. We were just like
a lifetime of injustice committed against her at the hands of men. So over time, she stopped identifying with our species, and she opened up to me about her rape and her later diagnosis of HIV. I understood.
Which also, by the way, has turned out to be an utter lie.
Doesn't have HIV?
Doesn't have HIV.
Oh my fucking Christ. Okay. So, why would Tiamat want to be human when this is what humans have done? She didn't want to die looking like the people who had hurt her, so instead she became a dragon. Frightened that HIV would take her life, she decided to shed the skin she was born into to leave behind humanity itself. She didn't do it out of malice. No, she did it out of spite. Yes, Tiamat was traumatized and angry. She told me she wasn't always a good father to her son, which she regrets. But she couldn't go on living in a human body, and she said by leaving humanity behind, she was finally able to feel comfortable living alongside us. Tiamat doesn't seem like a human. She seems like a dragon. Really? Is this bitch blowing fire? Do they hoard treasure and sleep on it? Perhaps do they have ancient wisdom about the hobbitses?
I mean, I sleep on treasure, but that's more of a thing.
It's more of a kink than it is a special thing.
Yeah, like that's not really a species thing. That's just more of a so much money I have a bet on it.
Ah, fair enough. Through a series of ritualistic procedures, managed to escape the confines of the human body. As a trans woman, that is something I implicitly understand. In fact, I don't think there's much difference between us. Are you sure? When I grew breasts when I had the surgery to carry my body across physical sex, I felt a sense of freedom from manhood, much in the way that Tiamat says she feels free from being human. I am now looking at this person and oh my fucking Christ.
Is something wrong, Ichabod?
What have you fucking done? Okay. Okay.
Hello, hello, Fuddernut, Wind Pepper, and Tyro Incarnate.
I don't know how to I don't want to finish reading this.
That's okay. If you don't want to, it's fine.
Okay, yeah,
it's
no,
like...
I'm done. I'm looking at this person. I'm like, no, you're not magical or special. You're fucking crazy and possibly slightly late to class. I also don't know if this is a better article. A dozen climate...
You said the articles were okay.
I know. I just... A dozen climate change protesters have been arrested after activists, including a what the fuck? After activists, including a counselor and a retired charity chief.
Okay, a bit of context for this one.
Okay.
When these protesters came up, the politicians were talking about Brexit and the votes on Brexit. Protesters about Brexit talk. They don't give a shit about Brexit. Glued themselves to the windows, sort of thing, and protested about something about the environment. To say we still don't know what they were actually protesting about.
Okay. I'm gonna read this in as straight a face as humanly possible. The activists from Extinction Rebellion stripped to their underwear and glued their hands to the surface in an attempt to draw attention to the elephant in the room. The 14, 2 of whom were painted gray and wearing elephant masks, included a 68-year-old man, a 48-year-old woman, a 34-year-old woman, a 20-year-old person of indiscriminate gender, and a 36-year-old man, and a 35-year-old man. They don't get names because when you do this, 2 of you being painted gray and wearing elephant masks, you don't get to have names. You're not people anymore. You're late. You're late to class. Extinction Rebellion have publicly stated their aim is to get activists arrested and even sent to prison to draw attention to their cause. The activists took off their clothes as Peter Kyle, the Labour MP, opened a debate for his motion as the MPs prepared for a second round of indicative votes. It is a shame when I omit the names of protesters but actually say the name of a Labour MP.
What's really interesting is the fact that Rebellion is still I remember it was extinct. Thought that 12 years ago. Good for them. I don't know. It's very weird.
When a colleague raised a point of order, Mr. Kyle said that he was grateful for the cheeky intervention. I'm not surprised. Mr. Ovland said, "We are impelled to act in this way because the most important and pressing issue of our time is being flagrantly and recklessly ignored by our government and media. By undressing in Parliament, we are putting ourselves in an incredibly vulnerable position, highlighting the vulnerability that all of us share in the face of environmental and societal breakdown. There's an elephant in the room, and it is demanding attention. So, of course, to be cheeky, we will show our cheeks.
Keep in mind that they had this protest while the people in Parliament were talking about Brexit.
I'm more disturbed.
Showed up on the wrong day.
There was a 68-year-old man's pasty white ass on the goddamn. That's bad, man. That is one of them is wearing a thong. That is a man in a thong. Oh my god. I love how one of them just kept his pants on. One of them is just still wearing their jeans, didn't pull off their pants.
Yeah, you should find the video and see Ed Miliband when he realizes what's going on up there.
Oh, okay. Let me see the video. Okay.
Yeah, it was a different video.
Okay, there's alright. Okay, I can see. Okay, they're dancing in the window. Okay.
It's not in.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah, no, I'd have to pull up a different that's like from the floor up. But like I see the picture with everybody's asses blatant in the window, and just everybody in the House of Commons is just not even looking at them. Like, we don't even fucking care. I don't see the one that was painted gray with the elephant mask, unless it's like the one that looks like they just fell down in the dust a couple of times. So basically, it's a bunch of older people's butts plastered against a giant. See, who thought it was a good idea to put glass partitions between the House of Commons and just a random audience? There's a reason we don't do that.
Witnesses. Thing about
where
it. Like there has to be witnesses to what.
Where the fuck is security? That's what concerns me. Where the fuck is security?
Artista had someone on the inside was working with them.
No, I mean, like, you've got this witnesses booth up in the top, right? Why are there not, like, at least a couple of cops up there?
With them on the inside.
Okay, but okay. Let me put it this way: if this had happened in Congress, we'd have seen a slightly different story. We would have seen a slightly different headline. It would have been dozen climate change protesters shot in the face for removing clothes in Congress.
Jesus.
Believed to have gun. Possibly did have guns.
Oh. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. We'd have shot him. We would have, like, we would not have gave a single fuck. The cops would have seen them pulling off their clothes. They'd have went for their belt. Cop would have yelled gun and shot him in the goddamn face. We do not fuck around with our government here.
Hey, they're not, not my government.
Hashtag not your government.
I'm my own government.
So, I did, when I did my update video, I did promise to talk about something about Borderlands 3. Which is, I don't know if you played the first two Borderlands games.
I playing a little bit of the first one.
Okay, well, the third one has its release date has been announced. This is the latest installment of Gearbox's basic looter shooter game with the cel shaded graphics. Now, keep in mind, including things that I didn't even like, the story-based shit, the Tales from the Borderlands. I've bought every Borderlands game. Every last one of them. I will not, however, be purchasing Borderlands 3.
Okay.
Because
Why is that?
Borderlands 3 has recently announced an exclusivity deal for 6 months with the Epic Games Store. Yes, the Fortnite people.
Which means...
Which means by removing the concept of consumer choice from the gamer's hands. I will not purchase a game that has been released in an exclusivity deal on Epic. And I don't mean just I won't purchase it on Epic Games. I will not purchase it at all. And I would personally advise others to do the exact same. Recently, a lot of the games that have been getting put out, stuff like EA, stuff like Bethesda, have been finally getting amounts of backlash that they actually need. Epic Games needs to get it too. And it needs to hit the developers because you're not going to hit Epic Games. They've got people initiating microtransactions with their freaking games constantly. You're not going to have any sort of ifs, ands, buts, or maybes with it. But if you can hit a developer that is actually releasing one of these exclusivity deals in removing the concept of choice from the consumer, then you are, in fact, going to show them that the exclusivity deals themselves are what's causing the problem. It's the kind of concept that I'm done playing ball with people who make fucking battle royale games. I'm so go ahead.
So these gaming companies really don't want to make money, do they?
Well, it's like the idea of do you remember when Battlefield 5 was coming out? And then they said, yeah, no, we're going to retcon all of history. Like the heavy water thing that was a bunch of Norwegian platoon people that went and prevented the Nazis from getting a hold of nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
And then they retconned it to be a lady and her daughter, removing an entire platoon of people that died. Heroes, actual heroes, died. Completely retconned it into being two fantasy characters. And people were upset at that.
Like, okay, here's the thing. Women did actually fight in the war, but like, retcon something like that. If it's a game that's supposed to be historically accurate, and then you put two fantasy things, girls in it, you can't do that. You've already established yourself as you already established the game as a
historically accurate.
Yeah, historically accurate.
Well,
called fantasy.
Yeah,
but
like this is the thing.
So.
This is the thing I would have been absolutely fine with. Instead of making your standardized protagonist a standardized protagonist, do a create a character basis. Make the main character a creative character. You can make it a male or a female. You can even make it a transgender, happy-go-lucky hippie fairy. I don't give a rat's ass, because I don't have to play it like that. But if you're going to do history, you've got two paths. Historical accuracy or fucking Assassin's Creed. Which is historical cameos.
What's really interesting, though, is that if they wanted women representation, there were women who fought in the war. I mean, if you look at what's the one? Polish snipers. Those are snipers. They were fucking good. Women, like Russian and Polish snipers. There was women who also helped out during the war. I mean, fuck the Queen of England. Too.
I
made bombs as well. Like when World War II was happening, England and France had women making bombs, and some women actually did sneak into the army.
Combat roles.
In combat roles, and there were actually some women who were actually accepted in when it was getting desperate. Thing is making like a fantasy character because you want women representation is completely stupid, because real life women who actually fought in the war and actually did their part to protect their country, use any of them.
Yeah, it's just been this, like, I had a point into mentioning that. It's when they did that, and there was such a huge, massive backlash. The thing that the developers said was, if you don't like the game the way we've made it, you don't want to accept our retconned history, then don't buy it. And people didn't buy it. So if
Then
you
they
do...
scream sexism.
Yeah, no, they basically hamstring themselves. So if you don't want to use something like the Epic Games Store that is flawed with a myriad of problems, like Steam as a platform has several key features that Epic Games doesn't have, including mods. Which, I mean, if Bethesda ever launches on Epic Games Store, it's fucked, because without mods, Bethesda games are trash. Yes, but like if you dig down to the very base of it, the only way you are going to prevent these sorts of problems is the same thing that we've been saying for a long time: vote with your wallet. Don't buy shit on Epic Games Store. Don't buy shit from these people who are trying to strip your choices away, and especially don't buy shit from people who can't manage basic security as well as Steam. Because as often as everybody who's ever used Epic Games' fucking information has been dropped or hacked into because they use a piss-poor programming skill to make it, you should be deathly concerned about all of these games that you might want to play being exclusive to the Epic Games Store. We have seen this sort of behavior before from companies that want to like buy up products so only they can sell them, or buy up IPs so only they can do it. This is what Disney's doing, but for games. Do you want another fucking Star Wars Battlefront 2? Because this is how you get another Star Wars Battlefront 2. This is how you get microtransactions in your fucking Netflix accounts. By putting up with this shit. No, reject it. Reject Epic Games Store swinging its fucking exclusivity dick at you. Ugh. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a reactionary cunt.
Basically... Sorry, I was making a lot of noise there. But yeah, basically the whole point of it is... Okay. EA hasn't made a good game in. Just boycott EA, because better games out there. For instance, like people are buying into Disney at the moment, but Disney's movies, they're not very... God. They're not exactly great.
They haven't been great for
good
years.
Movie. You would have the one good movie. Few good movies throughout the year, but then you look at like... They would produce... they would produce about 100 movies. I'm not kidding. And only about even actually get into the cinemas. And then on top of that, only about five 5 of them are good.
Well, the way I think about it, and I think this is very important to really think about when it comes to stuff like Disney. If you're on the left, Disney produced Song of the South. You have every reason not to like them. If you're on the right, they also are kind of moving more towards Brie Larson being a actual figurehead of what they do. So you have every reason to hate them. If you're a centrist, they are a massive, angry monopoly and conglomerate of videos and movies that will strip everybody of their personal rights just so they can make a buck if they have the chance. But now we are looking at something like Epic Game Store, who wants to be the Disney of video games. You have to nip it in the bud, okay? Nip it in the bud. This.
And also, if you really, really, really want it, even though you are against monopolies, pirating.
I wouldn't even say pirate it. That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, you can get better games for better prices on better stores. Go through Steam, play some indie games. They're just as fucking good as Borderlands. Yes, they say they have millions of guns, but it's 5 fucking subsections of gun with varying stats. It's not that big of a deal. No, tell me I'm wrong. Like, when it comes to these looter shooter games, it's not they have 40 billion guns. It's they have 40 billion varieties of the same 6 guns.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty true. That's pretty true.
This is going to sound really weird, and I entirely blame Stalin for this. But I have found out here recently that any game I ever really wanted to play, I could play free in a version of it, just with a lot lower level of graphics, because Stalin showed me Roblox. And as terrible as it is to do that, to play Roblox, I have found out that every game I've ever played is fucking on there. It's just with square people.
That's actually...
That's it, man. Like, there's games that people have wanted to come out that never came out, but are on fucking Roblox. So if you really wanna to have the experience of one of these games, go see if it has a Roblox rendition. You will get the exact same experience, just with block people. And then every time you die, you get to say oof. Shit!
I die, I just see.
Oh my god, we are only 43 minutes in here. We have to find a way to fill 20 more minutes.
We could talk about the article I gave you on the Polish.
Oh, you give me an article about the Polish? Is this going to be vaguely racist? I feel this might be vaguely racist.
I wouldn't think so.
Oh, no, it's a Polish priest. Okay. Yeah, no, I remember you pulling this up. I just forgot about it. I just remember a whole lot of Polak jokes. Hang on, it's got to load up. But ooh, this should be interesting. By the way, after we read this article, it is official that you are canonically gay. Because J.K. Rowling. Okay, are you still with us, Steam? God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. It's just because it was loading, you were gonna cut out for a little while. So this is Polish priest apologizes after publicly burning Harry Potter books. So don't forget, after we read this article, it doesn't matter who you are. Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, Discord was being really weird on me. Sorry.
It happens. But don't forget, Steam. After reading this, it doesn't matter who you are or where you are. After reading any article that involves vaguely J.K. Rowling, you become canonically gay.
Oh, don't worry, I'm already bisexual.
Yeah, but you become slightly more gay every time her name's mentioned. Anyway, a priest in northern Poland who led to a public burning of books that included titles from the Harry Potter series and other items parishioners wanted destroyed has apologized, saying the ritual was not intended to condemn specific authors, religions, or social groups. Okay. Reverend Rafal Jarowicz called the burning of
Jarsowitz.
Okay. Jarsowitz. Called the burning of objects thought to be connected to magic and the occult and deemed by their owners to be an evil force unfortunate. He published the apology late Tuesday on the Facebook page of the foundation he founded. Guy's name and other priests have drawn criticism for burning books, Buddhist figures, and an African mask and other items on a Sunday, outside a Catholic church in the inner city of Gdansk. They said that they encouraged parishioners to bring in things that disturbed them so the priests could do away with bad influences. Guy's name was fined by city guards. An anti-smog group also contacted prosecutors about the illegal burning of waste in an open fire. Well, at least you admit it's waste. Images for the burning of the parish of Our Lady of Mother of the Church and St. Catherine of Sweden were posted on the Semaj Z SMS from Heaven Foundation, which was an unconventional means to carry out religious work across Poland. In the pictures, flames are consuming an African wooden mask, a small Buddhist figurines of elephants, books on personality magic, and from J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series. Some Catholic faithful priests think that Harry Potter book promotes sorcery when it only promotes homosexuality. The book burning attracted attention as Poland's influential Catholic Church is grappling with revelations about the scale of child sex abuse allegedly committed by pedophile priests. Last month, the country's Catholic Bishops' Conference, the Episcopal Conference of Poland, said it had recorded cases of 382 clergymen who have abused 625 minors since 1990. Prosecutors in the eastern town of Semaj said Wednesday they plan to send an indictment to the regional court charging a priest in his 30s who was accused of recording video of girls and women while they were in public changing rooms and toilets.
This took a weird turn.
Yes, it did. Parents wanted to spell Arthur but didn't know H's exist, and then threw their last names into a speak and spell incorrectly, told the Associated Press that the priest admitted to wrongdoing. The priest was caught in August in Croatia while recording a girl in a changing room. That case is to be heard by a court in Split, Croatia. Speak and Spell said. What the fuck? Why did it suddenly turn to pedophiles?
I have no idea.
This guy burned some book, but also... By the way...
hang on. No, I picked this article because it said Polish priest apologized after publicly burning Harry Potter books. I thought this was going to be a funny article, and then suddenly pedophilia came out of nowhere.
Well, that's usually where it comes from, out of nowhere.
I'm very...
I'm not so much confused as just tired. I don't even know what to do about this. We started with Skrillex making sure you don't get laid, and now... Oh my god. Oh, this is interesting. This one's from here by Kansas. This one's from the Kansas City Star. People are mad about KU's angry white male class. That kind of proves a point. The internet exploded with predictable outrage this week when the world learned of a humanities course that the University of Kansas planned to offer this fall. HUM 365, Angry White Male Studies, will delve into the recent manifestations of male anger in the United States and Britain. This course examines how both dominant and subordinate masculinities are represented and experienced in culture's ongoing periods of rapid change connected to modernity. The class catalog entry says, Most of the online reaction was negative. Why promote this? Asked one Twitter user. Just how blatantly stupid do you have to be to think this is a useful class? Asked another. A columnist for the conservative website Gateway Pundit called the class Marxist, Carl, we assume not Groucho. U.S. Republican Ron S. of Kansas suggests the course offering might violate the law. KU has decided to offer a class that divides the student population, and could pose a Title IX violation by creating a hostile campus environment based on gender. Estes and other digital snowflakes should calm down. The fate of the nation does not hang on a single course at KU, even a class aimed at a fuller understanding of one part of the electorate. This isn't a required class, after all. It's one of hundreds of courses students can take at the university, including humanities offering that include fat food and the body in a global perspective, or being human in the workplace. Humanities students are supposed to examine folkways and culture to better understand the world. If a student objects to the class, he or she can study something else. A deep dive into the quote-unquote angry white male phenomenon should be instructive and interesting, though. Even conservatives understand the point. In 2016, right-wing pundit Wayne Allen Root published a book called Angry White Male. We are marked for attack, Root writes in the book. We are marked for extinction. We are the victims of racism. It might take a semester of study to fully understand how a conservative such as Root could write these words, or how any human being could, but let's be fair, you kinda are. Universities should not shy from teaching controversial subjects like women, why they belong in the kitchen, or black people, maybe it's not just racism. Yeah, you put those classes in there, and I'm sure people will stop bitching. At least about the white male class. Students should be exposed to a wide range of perspectives and approaches. It's possible, perhaps likely, that some students in the class will challenge perceived notions about American Caucasian men, which who can be angry from time to time. That's what college is for. The marketplace of ideals is a real thing. The fact that some people are angry about that proves we need a course like this one at KU. Wow.
I just want to put it out there. Me in the kitchen.
It's the concept. Like, if you're gonna go down the fucking road of, you know, you want to make a really controversial class, and you just want everybody to look at the stuff you want to say, and it's an opinion, and it needs to be thrown into the marketplace of ideas, that means that everybody can run a class on anything. Like,
I have this very special power. I generally cook something, it turns into a weapon.
I mean, Opal can do that too. It just gets really hard, and then you chuck it like a brick.
Mine explode.
I'm just teasing, but I don't know, man. Like, KU is in Lawrence. Lawrence is one of the most liberal cities in Kansas. Just let them teach their stupid class. Nobody's gonna fucking do anything about it. They're shitty people. Just let them be shitty people.
I sent you an article, Ichabod.
Okay. Let me check and see. Oh, is this Lindsay? Oh, crap.
Cover this one.
You're gonna have to wait for it to load. I can't hear you. And the slow loading. Okay. Yeah, it's Lindsay.
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay. The article goes, neo-Nazis targeted me on the internet. Here's how I dealt with it. By Lindsay. Yeah. I make educational YouTube videos for children, and I've become a target of neo-Nazis. On July 23rd, 2016, someone posted my LGBTQ plus YouTube video for kids to a neo-Nazi online publication. The headline reads, wow, Sig Dyke creates educational program to brainwash children into homosexual lifestyle. Oh my god. I woke up to more mean tweets than usual. Yes?
We don't have to read this if you don't want to. I did send another article.
I'm already reading this one.
Okay, fair enough. I just... didn't seem like you wanted to read it, so...
No, it's fine. More tweets than usual that morning, not knowing why. Then I checked my YouTube channel. The comments section was overflowing with hatred. Here's the thing, though. I'm no stranger to these types of comments. I've made mostly queer work for young children about 3 years now, and that makes some people angry. When I was in college, I directed a play for elementary schoolers that featured a young boy who likes to wear dresses. One of our touring performances got canceled, and I was devastated. Someone responded to a teacher survey we sent out about the show, calling the material inappropriate and disrespectful. It was an early lesson in how cruel people can be about queer issues. About a year ago, I turned to YouTube. It's a free and completely accessible platform for those with internet and a space with lots of children. I called my channel Queer Kid Stuff. So yes, this is the Queer Kid Stuff, Lindsay. Just so you know. The opportunity to reach kids directly by passing their more conservative parents was exciting. Now, I'm going to offer a serious amount of pushback on that. You should not seek to circumvent parents. It's their kids. Don't be doing that shit. That's wrong. That's very, very, very bordering on child grooming. The first episode launched on May 10th, 2016. Has been featured in a bunch of things and shared by countless others. The video reached 20,000 views and counting. Comments on these articles on the Queer Kid Stuff Facebook page on the video itself from my friends and family have been overwhelmingly positive, heartfelt, and incredibly moving. But with this amount of public exposure, I couldn't be sunshine and roses forever. A wave of hatred crashed over me. It arrived slowly at first, then all at once. The nastiness started in YouTube comments. You wouldn't know from looking at my videos. It's a kid-friendly channel, so I heavily monitor comments. I will not tolerate hate in the sacred space I am working so hard to build. Don't call it a sacred space. Oh my god. The sacrifice I've had to make in order to protect that space is that I must comb through and delete every single negative comment manually. I must read when people hurl faggot, dyke, pedophile, and my new favorite, kike! How? In my direction. Is Lindsay Jewish?
I don't know.
That seems like an odd one. I never thought Lindsay was Jewish.
For a moment, I thought you said kite, and then I got really confused.
Yeah, no, like, I'm not. I don't think she might be Jewish. But it seems like a very, like, out-of-nowhere insult for somebody to throw. Research the person you're insulting before you insult them, just saying. I've come seen this task as a matter of personal safety. I read every comment to make sure there aren't any death threats letting me know I should call the police or the FBI. After the comments, tweets started rolling in. Bunch of bad messages. I'm trying to, like... yeah, there were some Hail Hitlers. Donald Trump avatars aren't too bad, nor the Confederate flag ones, but maybe don't go with the Hitler one. Tax felt more personal. Yeah, no, she's Jewish. Huh.
Okay.
I never knew.
Well, now we know.
I guess, yeah. Neat. That is very important, though. There's a tactic that you do want to focus on, and this is one of the ones that she offers. Do not feed the trolls. Never feed the trolls. It's a bad idea. Maybe be real careful on who you just insta-deem a troll. Let them prove that they're a troll before you stop feeding them. But yeah, no, be fair. Tighten personal security.
Feeding my trolls, they'll die.
Huh?
If I stop feeding my trolls, they'll die.
Yes, that's the point. So here's the things that she's saying to employ on social media. And yeah, number one, I can agree with. Don't feed the trolls. 2, tighten your personal security. Yeah, you're gonna want to do that as best you can. Doxing sucks, but it's getting more and more prevalent. So yeah, tighten your security. Ask for support. Yeah. Like, if you can't handle something yourself, it's sometimes better to ask a friend to help you out. Fight hate with love and stay gracious. You're starting to sound like a sea lion there, Lindsay. It kind of... Yeah, no, I get that shit all the time. Use your anger. Subtweeting. Yeah, no, don't do that. Subtweeting is pointless, and it's only going to be a bunch of ridiculous shit. But yeah, no, this is the point that people who just go to these kinds of videos and just go to them, just leave hate comments and that kind of shit, should really pay attention to. And clearly, she's aware of it. I'm gonna let you know it'll let you in on a little secret. The joke's on them. My videos are monetized. They get roughly $1 for every 1,000 views. I literally have a penny for every name they called me. Their hate is putting money directly in my pocket, and that's truly how I sleep at night. If you want someone's content to cease to be, if you want it to no longer be a thing, there's only one way to pull that off. Stop watching them.
I would have thought that most people would have stopped watching her.
Well, like, the thing of it is, I don't watch Lindsay's content anymore. Like, I did for a little bit, just out of, like, you know, it was the thing to cover. But after her, you know, working with everybody to put the screws to Heart Progress, yeah, it was...
Oh, she fought against Heart Progress?
Yeah, they had put up one of her songs and said that it was a friend of the main Heart Progress guy.
Oh.
And a bunch of the people from rap ended up getting a hold of her and being like, hey, we might not get along, but pedophiles are more important to take down. So here's a link to the thing that they stole from you and are lying about. And she ended up getting it flagged and taken down pretty goddamn quick.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So,
calling her a pedophile, that's pretty...
Yeah, she ended up hitting Heart Progress real heavy.
Yeah, I would never believe she was... Like, I know that some people believe she was, but like...
Now, there's been no real proof that she is a pedophile. And through most of the interactions that people have had with her, she seems pretty level-headed, just kind of weird. Because don't get me wrong, she's fucking weird. But
it's like again, like, I've interacted with a lot of SJWs. This to be one myself. She just seems like a regular SJW to me.
Yeah, she's definitely an SJW, and she definitely is circumventing what parents want for their children, which is a bad thing. And it's really on the line of grooming. Because, you know, I get where you need to have some education for these sorts of things, but you do not circumvent what parents are teaching their children. Once they hit, like, older in age, possibly even 18, once they're adults themselves, they can seek out whatever information they want, but it is not her responsibility to basically try to change what the parents are telling these children and confuse them more. Where her content I cannot approve of, I don't think she herself is trying to bang kids.
No, I think it's... I kind of saw it's more indoctrination.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely indoctrination. It's just like if you introduce your kids to anti-vaxxing content or flat Earth shit. It's blatant indoctrination, but she's not trying to fuck your kids, is what I'm trying to say. Like, she's fucked in the head, but she's not trying to molest anybody.
I do remember, oh god, I can't remember his name. He had a teddy bear, and the teddy bear was basically Satan.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Holiday, that's it.
Oh, Jeff Holiday.
It's that.
You're starting to cut out. Say again.
I liked the Satan.
Oh, you like the Satan bear?
Bear.
See, I don't really watch Jeff Holiday shit. Like, if I say I don't like somebody, I don't watch them. Like, that just gives them attention.
See the demon bear. I'm racing things.
If you can find a picture of the demon bear, fair enough. I'll look at the demon bear. But as a rule, I don't like watch people that I outwardly say I don't like. Because it seems hypocritical of me to be like, look, I don't like this person. I think they're bullshit. And then go support their content on a regular basis. It doesn't seem appropriate.
Yeah, no. It's really.
Yeah. Any hustle. Anything you want to, like, shill before we go? Because it's about that time.
Oh, my bad. I didn't realize.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm really gonna shock the audience here tonight. But go ahead.
Okay. I make content, and making everything. Like, I would make stuff, but it would take me ages just to make it.
So they should check out your channel.
If they want to.
You should check out Miss Steam's channel. And if she ever decides to start streaming again, go check out Blowing Off Steam. Also, I do believe you occasionally go on to Director Arcater Live.
Yeah, on Wednesday streams and.
So I am now. Check out Director Arcater, who's also on Direwolf Media, who also, yeah, no, I could go on forever about these. I'm not gonna lie, like, this could go on forever. Tyro says you should do a collaborative video. For those of you who are... So, for those of you who are paying attention to my channel, which I'm sure most people aren't, don't forget we are going to be releasing another one of the SCP Foundation videos tomorrow, and then we're going to be recording 2 more this week, which we will also release as soon as possible. So, I'm going to see if this gets my channel flagged, because it might, for so many goddamn reasons. But, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you all for watching Citrus Quest. I have been your host, Ichabod. I have raccoon shit to do, and let's all remember that even the most Jewish of people can take an amazing joke about Adolf Hitler. And now let me skip the ad. I'll see you guys next time.
In the fatherland, I said, baby, I got me a plan. I said, what you got, Adolf? What you gonna do? I said, how about this one?